neighbor, shake their hand and say, I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Turn to your other neighbor on the other side, give them a high five and say, I'm glad you're alive, son. All right, so I'd like to introduce myself in the Absalogan language. I say, Kahed, Balaja Awea Gemak Chlahu, Biashichidik Nababan Itchik. I said, hello, my good relatives. My name is Christian Parrish, takes the gun, aka Supaman. Come from the Absalogan Nation in Montana, or the Crow Nation is the mistranslation of our people. My Absalogan name is Awea Gemak Chala, which means good fortune on Mother Earth. And my clan is the Ashichida, which is the Big Lodge clan. So as you saw, I am a fancy dancer. I am a flute player, play the flute, every once in a while. I am a hip-hop artist, believe it or not. I'm a father, I'm a husband. I got 3 beautiful kids and 2 ugly ones. Hey, yes, guys. Practicing comedian. Hey man, I'm gonna go to Fresno, man. There'll be a lot of young people there. I said, I'm gonna try some jokes, some new jokes out on these guys. Is that okay with you guys? Okay, I'm gonna try a couple of new jokes. A dung beetle walks into a bar and says, is this stool taken? Kind of crowded. I went to Best Buy the other day. Bought myself one of those universal remote controls. I took it back home, opened it up, and I thought, this changes everything. Let's keep going. Right-legged horse seeks left-legged horse for stable relationship. That was brilliant. I was going to tell some jokes about pizza, but I thought they'd be too cheesy. I was right. Speaking of food, when it comes to fry bread, my wife, she's like me. She needs the dough. Yeah. Better watch out for people who avoid the sun. They're shady. We live in a crazy world. We got racism. We got this pandemic. We got, war. It's kind of crazy in this time that we live in. Just recently back home, my son, he was slapped in the face by his teacher for talking back. Yeah, he's homeschooled. So it makes it okay, huh? So I want to make sure everybody is paying attention this morning. Dun, 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 dun. If you're happy, clap your hands. Lions and tigers and bears. Old school, so. Nationwide is. Hey, you guys watch too much TV like me. Red Robin. Okay, you guys got those here. Yo, let's try it one more time. Dun, 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 dun. If you're happy, clap your hands. Lions and tigers and bears. Nationwide. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You're paying attention. So, for those of you who don't know about me, so I've been traveling and doing this kind of work for some time, using the culture, and when I dance, that's my participation in the culture. Each and every one of you in this building, I encourage you, participate in the culture that you have, whether that's speaking the language, whether that's the kinships, craft, songs, dancing, whatever it is, I implore you to participate. Look at your neighbor's greasy face and say, participate. Participate. It's important. So I grew up in Crow Agency, Montana, the reservation there. You see this floor that you're sitting on, this carpet. You pass that carpet, you'll get to the concrete, the foundation of this building. You pass that foundation, you'll get to the dirt and the soil. And that's not ordinary dirt, that's not ordinary soil. That's the dust of the blood and the bones of your ancestors, of indigenous people. This country that we live in was founded on the attempted genocide of its indigenous inhabitants. There was policies and organized ways to eradicate the native people off of the face of the earth. So for you to be sitting here today is a huge blessing to the world we live in. Each one of you are carrying a legacy of this land, of this Mother Earth, the traditions, the values. So you want to be a good representative. Somebody say, I'm going to be a good representative. You want to be a good representative of your ancestors and your family. And so, it has a devastating effect upon our people. Our ancestors were told, you're not human. You're less than human. Cut your hair. You can't dress that way. You can't talk that way. You can't pray that way. You need to be like us, they said. You can't be who the Creator made you to be. And so when you have that put into the mindset, into the spirit of a people, it carries on generation after generation. And even today, we're still feeling those effects of that trauma, of what our ancestors went through. And so often they'll look into the reservation, they'll be like, what's up with those guys, Suicide rate is 4 times the national average. Alcoholism, drugs, all these negative statistics that they see in our communities. And they'll often say, what's wrong with those people? But that's the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is, what happened to those people, to make it that way? When you ask that question, you're able to find the root cause of why it is the way it is in our communities. And so that's what we're doing today, coming together, getting an open mind, opening our hearts in a good way, identifying, some things like that. So I come from the reservation. My mom and dad struggled with alcoholism, drank all the time. My dad used to come into the room, had this evil look in his eyes, and he would tell his kids, hey, you kids, get against that wall. For real. Threaten us with violence. We're just little kids, afraid. Went against the wall, scared of what he's going to do. And he had that evil look in his eye when he was drunk. And he would unravel this towel. And in that towel, he had all these knives in that towel. He said, don't you move. Took those knives, threw them at us kids. It was terrifying. Threw them at our feet. So scary. I was afraid. In my home every day, I was afraid that I was going to say something to set him off, cause him to do something. I was afraid as a little kid. And when you live in that kind of environment of drama and chaos, usually social services comes over, take you out that home, put you in something called foster care. Some of you know what that is. They put me and my brother in foster care, and they said this, don't worry, your mom and dad will be back to pick you up, So as a little kid, I didn't trust adults, and okay, all right, I went with them. Started waiting, looking out the window, an hour goes by, 2 hours go by. They'll be back to pick you up. A whole day goes by. Weeks go by. Months go by. Years go by. I started calling my foster mom. I adapted to my situation as a kid. I didn't understand. My parents were going to treatment, going to court cases, jumping through the hoops of the system to get healthy, to get sober, and then come and get your kids. I didn't understand it. I started calling her mom. After all that time, they finally got sober, got healthy. They came to get us, and I didn't even want to go with them. I pushed them away. I said, I don't want to go with you. Stay here. This is my mom. This is my family, I said. That broke my mom and dad's heart. Broke my heart, broke everybody's hearts. And at a young age, I learned what addiction does to a family. It breaks the hearts of the people that you love the most. But they took us, we went back to Crow Agency, Montana, the reservation. They had jobs, they were sober. I loved my family. It was good, I was happy. And that lasted maybe for 3 months, back into that cycle of addiction. Young people, sometimes when you make the decision to say, I'm just trying this out. You try out the substances, whatever it is, it's hard to pull yourself out of that cycle. It starts becoming your identity once you allow it into your spirit. Once you say, I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, go ahead, give me a sip or whatever. It becomes a part of your spirit. Then, the next time somebody comes along and says, hey, drink this or whatever, in your mind you're like, oh yeah, that's what I do. This is a part of who I am. I've done this before. Yeah, sure. And it goes on, and you get deeper and deeper. It becomes your identity. So, it'll take you farther than you ever thought you'd go, make you stay longer than you ever thought you'd stay, make you do things you never thought you'd do, addiction. So anyways, I lived in that cycle all the way till I was 10 years old. When I was 10 years old, my dad took off in a February blizzard, got himself a bottle, man, started drinking. Went to Billings, Montana, which is an hour from our res. And that night, he ended up taking his own life. Passed away. Man, broken hearts again. That was my mom's wake-up call. She had to lose her husband, her companion in life, for her to snap out of it. And she snapped out of it. She said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm done, she said. I'm tired of going to funeral after funeral after funeral, seeing my brothers, sisters, uncles, nieces, nephews pass away. Cirrhosis, car crashes, I'm tired of this life, she said. I'm never touching another drop of alcohol again, she said. She made it up in her mind and her heart, and she never did. She's still sober to this day, my mom. Give her a round of applause. Yeah. Strong woman. So when I saw what my mom did, I said, I'm going to be like my mom. I ain't never going to drink alcohol ever in my life. I saw all the drama and chaos that it brings, saw what addiction brings to a family. I said, I ain't going to drink. And I never have, never caught a buzz or anything, to this day. And so wherever I go, I tell a story. I tell a story to young people, right where you're at, to make that a part of your identity of being sober. Knowing that your ancestors lived that way. They lived a sober, healthy life. They were all about preserving the family, protecting the family. And so that's what we're here today, to make that decision, make it a part of who we are as indigenous people, as native people. You want to be traditional, you want to be connected to your tribe or your nativeness or whatever. That is one way you can do it, by living a sober life and making good decisions. So I encourage you, make those good decisions. Fast forward, start making music, doing hip-hop music in Montana. Hey, when you think of Montana, what do you think about? You don't think about hip-hop, you think about, gotta get these cows in this barn, man. I want to get on that horse, hey, let's go. Hey, Sally, get on over here. You think about country stuff, like that. You don't think about hip-hop. But I believed in myself. I was like, yo, man, I want to do this. I love this culture, man. I love breakdancing, stuff like that. I was like, yo, man, I like this. I like this. This hip-hop culture is dope. And so I started participating. I started, putting my efforts into it. I believed in myself. Somebody say, I believe. Look at your neighbor's greasy face and say, believe. You gotta believe in yourself, man. You gotta believe in it. So I believed. I started making music. I put some videos out. People started sharing these videos, man. Actresses, actors, famous people were sharing this video. How many ever heard of Issei Morales? You Ever watch The Bamba? Remember that old school movie, The Bamba? Remember Bob on the Bamba hymns? Not my first song. You know, he shared my video. How many ever heard of Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and the Furious? Yo, she shared my video. How many ever heard of Be Real from Cypress Hill? You guys ever heard of Cypress Hill? No, he shared it. How about the Far Side? You heard of Far Side? Yo, they shared it. How many ever heard of Dr. Dre? Anybody heard of Dr. Dre? He didn't share it. But his homeboy did, man. Some guy by the name of Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yeah. Like, yo, Snoop shared the video, man. Snoop said one word when he shared it. Dope. Hey. All right, Uncle Snoop, what's up, man? So all these people were sharing this video. Next thing you know, this guy calls me up. He goes by the name of Taboo from a group called the Black Eyed Peas. Anybody heard of Black Eyed Peas? Yo, Taboo calls me up. He's like, hey, bro, man, I saw your video. That's amazing. He said, I'm native too, man. I'm just showing you. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, let's do a song for Standing Rock, man. Stand up for Standing Rock. Let's make a video. I said, yo, let's do it. So we did. We contributed to that movement in Standing Rock. We made a video. We put that out with some other amazing indigenous artists. And MTV saw that video. They're like, yo, we like this. We're going to nominate this video for an MTV VMA award. So we got nominated for the VMAs. So we go to the VMAs, man. We walked on the red carpet, you know. It was blue, but you know, we walked on it. I wore my family's war bonnet, you know. I wore cuffs that my wife made me, and my moccasins. You know, took my people with me, you know. Took all Native people with me, man. Took anybody who ever had a dream in life, you know, who might come from where we come from, you know. And I just had them in my heart with me, feeling good. On this side of me, there was this girl. Her name was Cardi B. Hey, you know what, Cardi B, man? What's up here? On this side of me, there's a guy named DJ Khaled. You know, we the best music. You know, like the little short guy walks right in front of me. Man, his name was Kendrick Lamar. Like, yo, man, what's up, Kendrick? Man, I'm taller than you. I'm the shortest crow. What's up, man? All these people were there. You know, Katy Perry. You know, Drake. You know, Migos. All these celebrities that we see, we follow, you know, look up to, and then we were there. Some natives, you know, representing that water is life. And at the end of the night, they said, we're going to give this award to all these artists, and we won an MTV VMA award. So what am I saying? No matter where you come from or what you've been through, you can do amazing things in life. You want to go to college? Go do it. You want to be a successful business owner? Go do it. You want to be happier, more peaceful? You want to be a better son, daughter, friend? Go do it. Take action. Somebody say take action. Somebody say take action. And that is what it's about. To achieve in life is just science. Anybody can achieve. Yeah, there's certain, you know, privileges that some people have, but achieving your goals is science. That means if I'm standing here and have a pot and there's a seed in there, and the sun comes up and I water the seed, and it just, you know, that's science. Science says that plant is going to grow. No matter if I'm one-legged, I'm blind, I'm black, I'm white, whatever. If I do that, that plant is going to grow. And that's how it is with achieving your goals. Right where you're sitting, you can achieve if you follow some steps, a formula of science. And this is it. I'm going to share it with you. This is how you want to achieve your goals. This is what I did. I asked myself what I truly wanted. You got to ask yourself, what do I truly want? You know? Do I want to go to college? Do I want to, you know, be successful? Do I want more money? Or whatever it is, ask yourself, what do I truly want in life? The next step is, do you believe you can have it? Do you believe you can have what you want in life? And once you get that belief inside it, I believe it. This is the next step that most people stop at. They do the first two, but they stop at this third step. And that is making a plan. Making a plan, writing it down. A lot of us have amazing ideas right where you're sitting. You got these cool ideas, and they've been in there for years. Sometimes they surface, they come up to your mind, oh yeah, I'm going to do that someday. And they go back down. Yeah, I should do that someday. And it goes back down. But making a plan and manifesting it out of your spirit into the physical world is powerful. Somebody say power. And when you manifest that out into the physical world, you write it down, you make a plan, something happens in this world, man. You see it, it's tangible. And the next step is you start taking consistent action towards reaching that goal with that plan that you wrote down. That is science right there. If you do that, you're going to reach your goal. Don't quit. Somebody say, don't quit. Don't quit. If you do that, you're going to reach your goal. Do not quit. Everybody stand to your feet real quick. Everybody stretch out, stretch out. Don't fart, don't fart. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out your mouth. Hopefully you brushed your teeth. Hey, got that mask on. What's up? So stay standing, stay standing. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. I want everybody to find a partner. Everybody find a partner. Everybody find a partner. Everybody get a partner. Might be a neighbor, somebody in back of you, front of you. Everybody get a partner.
Okay.
You can't be three. Not 3 or 4. You got to be two. 1 and 2. Raise your hand if you don't have a partner. We're going to get you one. So look around. Somebody got a hand up? Go with them. Go with them. Raise your hand if you don't have a partner. We're going to get you one. You might meet somebody. Future snag. Hey, this is it. Hands up if you need a partner. We'll get you one. We got that. All right. Go to that person. You guys are close by each other. Go to that person. That's your partner. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Face your partner. Shake their hand and say, what's up?
What's up?
Now this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at their forehead. Is it greasy? Can you see your reflection? Now, look at their eyebrows. Are they on fleek? Are they drawn in, drew in, thick, thin, dandruff, whatever? Look at it. Now look at their eyeballs. Are they brown? Are they black? Blue? Look at their eyes. Check them out. Now look at their nose. Do they have a booger hanging or they got their mask? It's alright.
Face mask.
That's one good thing about wearing a mask. Okay, now, look at their chin. If you can see their chin, do they got a butt chin? You know, some of them got butt chin.
Yeah.
Okay. That was awkward, that was weird. We don't look at people culture-wise. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to face your partner one more time. I want you to look in their eyes for 10 seconds without looking away. You can blink, but don't look away for 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2,
So no seconds.
1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe. Don't be holding your breath.
I know. I don't look in eyes. I don't look.
Okay, everybody look at me. That was weird. That was awkward. Man, what's making us do this, man? What's up, man? Yo, check this out. Somebody say, water is life. Water is life. Water is life, man. So our bodies are made up about what was like 70-something, 80% water. Somebody say water is life. Water is life. Our bodies are made up of water. Yo, this is what happened. Scientists took some water. Water is life. They boiled some rice in this water. They took that rice out. They split it in half, put it in 2 containers evenly. Took this container, put it on this side of a room. Took the other container, put it on this side. Water is life. They walked over to this container. For 30 days, they spoke to the rice. They didn't touch it. They just said words like this. You're stupid, you're ugly, you're nothing, I hate you. You know? And what did rice do to you? What's up? Then they went to this other rice on this side. They said words like this. You're awesome, you're amazing, you're talented, I love you. You know? It's alright. They did that for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, they came into the room. They went to this rice over here, they opened it up. Corroded, kind of, it's moldy. They went to this other rice over here, they opened it up. Still kind of fresh, still kind of preserved. And that is a scientific fact of the power that you have every time you speak life or death. The Creator has given you the power to speak life over your health, over your future, over your family, over your mental health. Every single day you have the power to speak life. Somebody say, speak life. Speak life. And so this is what I want you to do. Face your partner. This time, I want you to use the gift that the Creator has given you. That gift of speaking life. I want you to say nothing but good words and compliments about that person in front of you for 10 seconds of your life. Ready, set, go.
You're beautiful, talented, great mother, great student. I love all the things that you do, and I love your beautiful skirts, and you learn things easily, and you are a great student, and I admire your tenacity for continuing to take care of your children, take care of your schooling, and I'm so proud of you.
Stop. Yeah, some kind of still going, a couple of hugs, all right. Everybody look at me, everybody look at me. Dun, 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 dun. How many of you, when you did that, you smiled a little bit, you smiled, raise your hand,
Oh, yeah.
How many of you, when you did that exercise, you might have laughed a little bit? A couple of people laughed over it, yeah, funny or something. So how many of you, when they said those words about you, you know, it kind of made you feel good a little bit? You know, yeah, I felt good, man, it's cool. How many of you, when you said those words about the person, it made you feel good to say them about them? Yeah. Somebody say, I got power. Say, we got power. Say, we got power. So if you practice that power every single day, you condition yourself, you train yourself to speak life, you know, every day, giving compliments. You know, when somebody tells me something, you know, they'll compliment. How often do we receive compliments, you know? Somebody might say, you got pretty eyes. I'm like, hey. All right, yeah. All of a sudden, my quality of living, boosted automatically. I'm going through the day, man, I'm happy, I'm thinking about that compliment. I'm giving compliments, man. I'm just, you know, I'm feeling good about life just because somebody chose to use that gift in one moment. All the way till I'm going to sleep, man, I'm laying in bed, I'm like, I got pretty eyes. Feeling good, man, because one person chose to use that gift and go against the grain and speak that word of life. That's what you gotta do. You gotta speak it to one another, to your family, to your cousins, to yourself. Speak life over your future, your health. So I wanted to share that with you good people. Turn to your neighbor one more time, give him a hug and say, I'm here for you.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Yeah, turn to your other neighbor on the other side, give them a hug and say, I love you. Hopefully you ain't standing next to your ex. All right, I am Supaman. We're going to keep it moving, man. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.